So this is a contour that runs through to that big fig tree near the cattle yards and hay shed. And this is the water sitting in it after 170 millimetres of rain. It's the first time this contour's actually had water in it. This is nice. This is coming up to where I've got a spillway on this contour, which is kind of on the, kind of almost on the top of ridge. But yeah, no water's gone anywhere near going out. So what water's gone into this contour from 170 mils of rain has just collected in the channel and soaked in. I love it when you see there's no surplus from a big rainfall event like that, that it's just filled the channel up, and it looks like we've got a spill happening here, a low point in the bank. That's all right. The spill's not creating any problem. You know, it's just trickling out over there. A nice spread of water just going out into the grass. Not an issue at all. So there we go. That's the and it just goes on and on and on. So nice clean water in the contour. Not a lot of fertility moving in this country. Right next door here, this is just underneath old soil con drain. And actually, as we get down here, this contour joins up with the drain. Another little spill happening here over the contour, but again, it's not an issue. It's not creating any problems at all. These contours have basically been, I built them 8 passes with a 60 horsepower tractor with a 3-point linkage blade. Some of the levels in some of these areas are a little bit dodgy, but I was planning to bring an excavator in and make corrections. Like right there where we came through is where it actually intersects the old soil con drain. So there's a high point going through there, but that's no issue. With an excavator we can deal with that really easily. This is where it'll get interesting further down here, because we come into a flow line that I've actually put a pond on. It'll be interesting to see what's happening there. It looks like we've got another spill point down here. Quite a bit of water ponded here. But again, as I said, any of these places, I can just mark these. When I get an excavator in, it looks like this pond is blowing out here. But yeah, that's created its own little spillway there. You can see there's been a fair bit of water go out here. This pond bank, I built this with the bucket on my 60 horsepower tractor, and again, not high enough, and it's let go. But I know now, like, just get the excavator in and do some repair on that. And there's been soil movement here until you get down there, and then it's basically there's no more soil moving. It's all caught up in the vegetation. But look at the quality of the water coming out of there. It's just nice clean water. So I said before, this is the first time that this contour's had water in it, and so yeah, it's interesting to see what it's doing, where the water's going, where the high spots and the low spots are. And this is, this is on the floodplain, the wetland area, right on the edge of that, so it's picking up there out of the main gully that comes across from the road. And yeah, we've got this great magic of a working contour, and I can come in here and now do what's required, whether it's come along with the tractor and give it another bit of a rebuild. I'm finding where I've done rebuilds, they grass up really quickly because there's already grass on the bank, and it doesn't take much for it to punch through and fill up. Look at this. This is full of water, and you literally can't see it because it's all so vegetated. Fantastic. We're getting here, like where we've got this foxtail grass growing, this tells us it's a wet area. And so this is literally where the water table is in this country. It's just there. When I dug this, like, this has water sitting in it a lot of the time along here. But yeah, I'm able to pick up that water now from over there in the gully and zoom it around in this landscape and take it all the way up there to where all the infrastructure is, the hay shed, the cattle yards. So that's a 700 metre, this contour is 700 metres long. So it just picks the water up out of the flow line, so it's not just all concentrated in the gully, and spreads it. Slow it, spread it, and soak it, I think is the terminology. Nice. Nice. It's so good to see when you see these contours you put in and they sit there dry for so long, and you wonder, what the bloody hell was I doing, and why did I waste my time doing that? The country's got the capacity to take in whatever rainfall we're getting. But when you get a rainfall event like this one we had last night, 170 mils, and here's another little spillway. This spillway is actually created by feral pigs rooting in the bank and lowering it. But again, it's like, it's not creating any problem. It's not cut below the datum. It's going straight into grass. There's literally no soil movement. But yeah, sometimes you wonder about you build these things and see them with not getting any water in them, and wonder what the hell you're doing. But when you see this with this big rainfall event and see how well these things are handling that water and spreading it, slowing it and soaking it into the landscape. I'm going to follow this through. From here, the contour is pretty much bankless, so that because we get a big flow in this gully coming across the road, so I've leveled the bank out here so that when we get those big flood flows, it can just go straight ahead. I'll tell you, I'm so impressed with my laser level. It just does these contours beautifully, you know. And this is going right into the gully here. Here you can see the main flow of the gully right here. We're right on the edge of it here. So this contour is able to pick that up, but it's also the whole system set up so that's able to go straight ahead. Wow, you know, like, thank you Stuart Andrews for showing us how to do this. You can see there's been a nice flow in here. So this is nice. This is the pickup point for the contour. So you can see the flow there. We've still got some water coming into the contour, just a slow feed into the contour. And over yonder, we've got the main flow in the gully. It's just going straight ahead. It can just go on its merry way down the gully. So we're not controlling, we're not holding all the water up. We're just taking some off the edge, you know, to use in the system. So there you have it.